coffee. I have a thing, I have minutes, and then I'm gonna go do that, and then we're gonna come over here about 10 a.m. But I want to have a real quick conversation about a thing, right? I decided to do this pre-show because I'm waiting around to do a thing. I also want to add, there's a K Goddess, video shoot today. I'm not going to be able to make it. I wish I could make it, but I'm not going to be able to make it. There's a K Goddess video shoot today. I really would like to pull up on them. They always invite me out to almost everything that they do. Salute the K Goddess. Salute to her team. I really appreciate all of the... They reach out to me a lot. A lot of people reach out to me. I just don't have the resources to always be able to take advantage of the opportunities. But I get reached out to by a lot. I just don't have the resources to take take advantage of the opportunities. That's it. With that being said, I want to have this conversation about Odell Beckham Jr. real quick, because this shit has been pissing me off for a couple of days now. I'm gonna tell you something. We have to stop letting people gaslight us. You have to stop letting people do you wrong and then get upset at the way that you respond to their disrespect. People try to do that to me all the time. 90% of the beefs that people have with me is they did something to me and then they did not like my response. That's why I tell you, just cut niggas out your life. You have to just sometimes cut people out of your life. Because what people love to do is they love to do something to you and then make it seem like your reaction is the problem, not the thing that they did. Now, with that being said, Odell Beckham Jr. currently has an issue with fucking that Baker motherfucking quarterback over in Cleveland. And you want to know why? Because when Odell Beckham Jr. is open, dude doesn't throw him the ball or he throws him a bad pass. I want to explain something to y'all real quick. There's a lot of motherfuckers out here that do everything that they can to make you fail. And then while you failing, they want to step back and act like they had nothing to do with this. They don't know why you're such a terrible person or a terrible player. They have no idea why you're so incompetent. But the whole entire time, they're sabotaging you. This is, obviously, we've had these discussions before, all right, about people that do this. So with that being said, we also want to talk about that Alpo situation. I'm going to do roll call. There's 2 comments dropped. I'll do roll call about the 7-8 minute mark. I'm gonna wait for some comments. Maybe at the 7-8 minute mark we'll have some comments. I'll do roll call. So check this out. I just want to be clear on this. I want to talk about this Alpo situation too. But I really wanted to talk about this. I just really wanted to lean into this real early. I'm gonna mention this later on the show later today when Normal Morning Coffee come on also. But I just want to be clear about this. Just extremely transparent about this. Could we hit that like button also? I want to be extremely transparent about this. Listen, if you come to see, I'm not easily misled and tricked. So the point in which I'm trying to make is, remember how we had that conversation? I said one of the worst things you could do as a parent is when your child comes up to you and tell you that something happened to them is for you to be like, well, what did you do? That's the worst thing you could do as a parent. That's one of the, I mean, obviously, you know, if you kill your child, that's worse. If you molest your child, that's worse. If you abuse your child, you understand what I'm saying? But I'm saying these are one of the worst things you could do as a parent because you're psychologically conditioning your child that your child is less than everything else. I'm going to explain that again so I can explain to you what the problem is at Cleveland. When your child comes up to you and says that somebody did something to them or something happened, and your response is always, well, what did you do? You're programming your child to treat everybody else like they have no value and everybody else has value. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're programming your child to think that they are nothing. You're programming your child that everything else is more important to them and they ought to come last. You're programming your child to allow people to abuse them. You're programming your child to allow negative things to happen to them. You're programming your child to seek abuse, basically. Because you're busy telling your child that everything else has value except for you. No value. If anything at all ever happens, it's your fault. You have to take the brunt of all of the blame. That's what you're teaching your child. Odell Beckham Jr. is not having the ball passed to him or he's getting terrible passes. Odell Beckham Jr. father uploads video showing that the quarterback is just either not throwing him the ball or throwing him bad passes on purpose. And you want to know who people are mad at? Odell Beckham Jr. This is some of the most narcissistic shit I've ever seen in my life. That didn't happen to me. Every single motherfucking person at ESPN see the same damn thing that we see. Odell Beckham Jr. wide open. The guy throws the ball all the way over there. Odell Beckham Jr. wide open. He pulls the ball down and runs it instead of throwing it for the touchdown. Odell Beckham Jr. wide open. He throws the ball and he throws it and hits the defender. Everybody at ESPN sees this. And they still blame Odell Beckham Jr. Shout out to Bart Starr. Shout out to Bart Starr for coming out on Odell's side and saying something. I want to say one more thing about this, and then we're going to talk about Alpo for a minute. I'm going to tell you what they're really upset at. Listen, the NFL does not want Odell Beckham Jr. in the league anymore. I don't even know if they have a reason. I don't even know why. But I believe that the NFL does not want Odell Beckham Jr. in the league anymore. Don't know why. That's just my opinion. Odell Beckham Jr. gets to Cleveland. He never says anything. People are still talking about how he destroys locker rooms. He doesn't even talk. All he does is show support for the quarterback who don't throw him the ball. That's it. He's not doing anything else. They broke Odell Beckham Jr. Odell Beckham Jr. might never be his best self again. Oh, salute. This is a Black Panther t-shirt. Shout out to Marvel for making the movie. And shout out to Chadwick Boseman. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. Well, hold on. Let me tell you about what was most likely about to happen with him. Listen, the Browns have to release him. You want to know why the Browns have to release him? Because it's past the trade deadline. They can't trade him. The Browns are going to have to release him. You want to know what happens when they release him? He's going to be able to go to whatever team he wants to. I hope he comes back to the fucking Knicks. Not Knicks. I hope he comes back to the fucking Giants. Now I'm going to explain three things that make wide receivers elite. And then we're going to talk about Alpo. Route running. There's wide receivers who are not that fast. They're not that fast, but they run incredible routes. Being able to run a route gets you separation from the defensive player. Another thing that makes wide receivers elite is speed, because you could blow the top off a defense. Another thing that makes them elite is hands, ability to catch. Odell Beckham has all three of these things. That's not even up for question. He needs to be with a quarterback with better arm talent. I think that's the actual issue. I think Odell Beckham Jr. is so talented that you have to have better. The thing that separates quarterbacks is arm talent, arm strength, and anticipation as far as throwing the ball goes. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for a quarterback who has good arm strength. You have a quarterback who got good arm talent. Arm strength and arm talent are two different things. Arm strength is the ability to be able to throw the ball deep and throw the ball hard and fast. Arm talent is the ability to throw at angles. Arm talent is the ability to throw a pass and drop it in a bucket. Arm talent is the ability to put the ball on a pinpoint accuracy. That's arm talent. Okay, so we can understand that there's a difference. I could talk sports, almost every sport, American sport, all day. Odell Beckham Jr. needs a better quarterback. You want to know what this shows me? This shows me that Eli Manning was way better than all of them other. Eli Manning was better than people gave him credit for. And now I understand why Eli Manning throws bad passes to other people that are not Odell Beckham Jr. Because Eli Manning is throwing passes that you don't get. Eli Manning is throwing passes you got to go get. You understand what I'm saying? That's the problem with this dude. He don't know how to throw passes that you got to go get. He's a different type of quarterback. Shout out to him, though. But fuck him for not throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. when he's open. Yes. Look, I think Odell Beckham Jr. and his camp released on purpose after the trade deadline. So now the Browns have to release him and he could just go wherever the fuck he want to go. Remember, that's the main issue when you're an athlete. Being able to get to a situation that you want to be in. With that being said, let's do roll call real quick. What up, No Limit Gaming? If anybody want to do any drops this show, let them roll in. I have an event that I can actually go to, but I'm not going to be able to make it because, like I said, I just don't got the financial resources. It's a K-Goddess event. I'm not going to be able to make it because I'm somewhere else, and in order for me to be able to make it, I'd have to travel. I'd have to do like 3 or 4 different things in order to be able to make it. I just don't have the resources. So I'm sorry, y'all. Sooner or later, hopefully, I'll be able to get better resources over here and I'll be able to bring y'all more and better content. But until I have resources, this is what we're doing. It is what it is. We might be doing this forever. I don't know what to tell you. I might never get resources. I don't know what to tell you. No Limit Gaming. Problematics is morning for us, afternoon from UK. Salute to all our fam across the pond. I didn't know you was from UK, Problematic. No, what up, No Limit Gaming? He's dropping the Frost. What up, Emmanuel? How you doing this morning? What up, Rodcliffe Martin? He says, top of the morning, Jack Frost, BBN fam, salute. What up, better days? To be fair, Jack, shitting. Your first reaction, ask what happened. No. Your first reaction should be to ask what happened, not what did you do. You understand what I'm saying? Asking what happened should be what you should do. You shouldn't be asking the child, what did you do? Get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Do you understand the difference in those two concepts? I don't think when I was a child, anybody ever asked me what happened. They only ever asked me, what did I do? So I 100%, I have nothing and no one. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, I want to say something real quick. I only have you guys. I have like 3 or 4 people out there in the world, but the people that are around them make it so that I can't go near them. So the people that do love me, I can't even go near because of the people that are around them. So yes, I do got people out there that love me. I just can't go near them. You understand? I just can't go near them. I can't talk to them. I can't go near them. I can't spend time with them. Nothing. Because of the people that they're around want to destroy me. Just so we could be clear. I got you guys. Other than the BBN network, I don't got nobody. I mean, I got my daughter, but I don't got my daughter. My daughter's supposed to have me. So I'm tired of people saying, call your daughter. My daughter's supposed to have me. I'm not supposed to have my daughter. My daughter's supposed to have me. What the fuck? Who been raising you niggas? DMW says, peace, BBN salutations. King Will says, BBN for salute. Yeah, that shirt's lit. Appreciate you. Said Baker Mayfield is a highly drafted game manager. I used to kind of like Baker Mayfield. I don't like him no more. Not at all. Because at the end of the day, I don't care who you don't like on your team, my nigga. We trying to win. Baker Mayfield is not trying to win. Wish he stayed with us Giants. He might come back. You don't never know. Same. Hope he comes back. We loved OBJ. He might come back. I don't even understand how he could play in the city. He has to go somewhere like Dallas. Dallas would love him. New York would love him. The Giants, not the Jets. New York would love him. Dallas would love him. Atlanta would love him. Houston would love him. KC would, you know what I'm saying? There's certain places he could go and they will love him. And then there's other places that he's going to go, and there's no matter. They're just not going to like him no matter what because they don't want those type of players. DMW says, yeah, they will, and he'll end up in Vegas. He might. Two Feathers TV says, salute y'all. Frost Problematics says, DMW TV. Shout out to Darkwing Duck. He said, I could see it after the wide receivers for the Raiders got booked and released. Yes, the wide receiver at the Raiders guy. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. I can't really get into that conversation too much. How much time I got? We might have to talk about that a little bit later. I only got about 15, 20 minutes before I have to dub this, and we're going to come back a little bit later. Said facts, Eli was special problematic. That's a fact. What up, man? Mac? KJ says, KJ from the mob says, once they released him, he'll be with AR. I'm calling it now. Arizona? Arizona. You know where he might go? If I was him, I'm not going to lie. I go to the Rams. I don't know what to tell you. If I was him, I'd go to the Rams. I'm just keeping it a whole stack. Did you see their defense over there? The offense, the reason why I would go to the Rams if I was him is that the Rams have an incredible defense, so their offense is going to stay on the field. You get it? More opportunities. Yes, I would be an incredible G. I would be an incredible agent. That's why I want him to go to the Rams. Period. They have an incredible defense. We're not even talking about, and they could go to the Super Bowl, but they have an incredible defense, so that means that their offense is going to stay on the field. Copy? All right, we're about to talk about that Rich Porter shit right now. Hold on. His chemistry with Odell was just amazing. I missed that. Yeah, because Eli throws go-get-it passes. Like, you got to be a go-get-it receiver. Think about all of Eli's top receivers. They was go-get-it niggas. You got to be I'm going to go get the ball guy. You understand? Okay, so when you're a wide receiver, this is how you play wide receiver. You running, you got to turn, you got to locate the ball, and then you got to go get it. You understand what I'm saying? That's the difference. That's a big difference between a lot of these. Who's the dude that used to play all of those years? I think his name is Anthony Johnson. He used to play all of those years for the Texans. And there was another guy that was at the Texans too. I think he's at Cardinals right now. I forget his name. But and those guys will go get it. You understand what I'm saying? They go get it. I'm not doing all of this caps. Y'all niggas is doing all caps. I'm kicking you. I'm not doing all caps. Nah, y'all don't. How the fuck if I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. My daughter's 17 years old. She's supposed to be taking care of me. What kind of sense does that make? Are y'all sane? That don't make sense. Like, how's my daughter supposed to be taking care of me? And why would I want, like, that don't make sense. So I'm supposed to be leaning on all of my problems on my daughter and depressing her? That don't even make sense. What up, Malik Garcia? People just say stuff that just sound good. I get it. But not this shit. All of this shit that y'all say that just sound good is not applicable. That's all I'm saying. You gonna drink a Red Bull in the morning? All right, whatever, nigga. I'm not even doing that. I'm not doing all the caps thing, man. I'm not reading nobody's comment that's all caps. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna kick y'all. I'm not kicking people that do all caps. People that doing all caps, I'm just putting y'all on timeouts. I'm not reading no all caps comments ever again. I don't care what it says. I'm not gonna kick y'all. I'm just gonna put y'all in a million timeouts. I'm not doing this all caps thing. Admins, you see anybody put all caps, just put them on a timeout. Don't kick them. Don't respond to their comment or nothing. Just put them on a timeout unless it's disrespectful. If it's disrespectful, let's kick them all the way out. We're not doing this. I'm tired of this all cap shit. Sunday's magazine don't like me either. You was in here talking shit about me one day like crazy, I believe. It's okay though. The cops probably did it in the whole hood tweaking when it was really the popo. Y'all guys is crazy, man. You guys is crazy. First of all, I'm just kicking you for calling them the popo. Boom, get out of here. Who the fuck says that? Dog Soldier broadcast group says peace and love, BBN family, and Jack Frost power belongs to the people. Give me 1 second. What we talking about? People come and disrespect me, then get kicked. And then when I let them out of the graveyard, they think I forgot who they were. You understand what I'm saying? No, nigga, I did not forget who you were. So when you come back in after you get kicked and you start talking crazy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just let you know, nigga, you don't got there's no leeway. I already know who you are. There's no leeway. You come in and you conduct yourself like a regular person, I don't kick you. You come in and you act crazy, I'm kicking you off the rip. The fuck do I have to deal with your bullshit for? The fuck? People always do fuck shit to you and then they think you forgot. Stop forgetting when people do fuck shit to you. I'm letting y'all niggas stay and I'm not kicking you off the rip. I'm asking that you just conduct yourself like different. You understand what I'm saying? If you want to choose to keep doing the bullshit, then there's nothing I can do about that. I don't want to deal with the bullshit. All right, so what we doing? Let me talk about this Alpo situation real quick. But just so we could be clear on that Cleveland Browns situation, ESPN, I don't want to call y'all bitch ass niggas, but ESPN, I don't know what to say. I don't know why y'all hate Odell Beckham Jr. He hasn't done in years. They're still talking about the negative things, the things that they're saying that's negative that Odell Beckham Jr. did 3 and 4 years ago. Y'all already know I don't respect shit like that. Also, I'm pretty sure that if your name has a Z in it and more than one E, I'm probably going to kick you. With that being said, what you think about Adams winning the mayoral election in New York? We just elected an ex-NYPD officer, and people are upset at that. But did y'all see who the people that was running against them? We didn't have nobody running against them. Who was we going to elect? The racist silver guy? We couldn't elect that guy. So we just got to hope this guy does a good job. We couldn't elect the dude that was the head of the fucking... what's the name of those guys? The dude that was the head of the what's those dudes that used to be on the train? I forgot those guys' name. But we couldn't elect that guy to be mayor. I remember what them niggas used to do in the subways in the 80s. All right? They were 100% doing racist shit. They was 100% harassing blacks and Latinos on the subways, okay? 100%. Am I happy that they were out there? Absolutely, because the fucking 80s was crazy. We needed them racist bastards out there, but they were still racist bastards. Shout out to Dog Soldier with the $10 drop. He says, slaps of furies. All of the slaps. Who's next? We guess, what does the 5 fingers? Oh, here's the 10 fingers of shit. I don't know if we can do smacks of fury and shit, but we can do smacks of fury. The Guardian Angels, thank you, Robin. Guardian Blue Man Group. Guardian Angels, yeah, Sleewa, whatever his name is. He had a black wife at one time, but I don't care about none of that. A lot of people marry outside of the race because they consider the woman of that race or the male of that race to be beautiful or handsome. That does not mean that they fuck with that race. Slave masters still fuck slaves, nigga. Who's next? Hold on, let me talk about something real quick. So let's move to this shit real quick. Can we talk about Alpo real quick? Because the Alpo conversation is going to be what we're going to talk about when we come back. We're going to talk about Alpo more than anything else when we come back. So I want to say something about this Alpo situation real quick. First of all, I don't know about none of that. I unblocked him, so it don't matter. I'm gonna wait for. I don't care. He's just gonna come in and type all caps anyway, and I'm gonna kick him anyway, right? So it don't matter. I don't want the all caps. Admins, anybody doing all caps, put them on timeouts. Infinite timeouts. Every time you see all caps, I don't care. I don't care who they are. I don't care if I put all caps. Put me on the timeout. I want to understand why people keep talking about they don't see any blood. That's what I want to know. I want to know why people are so interested in knowing how much blood is on the floor. First of all, I'm going to say something real quick. Do y'all know how much blood the human body contains? Hold on. The human body contains 1.2 to 1.5 gallons of blood in their body. You know what a gallon of milk look like, homie? You think if somebody gets shot here and here, a gallon of blood is just going to automatically just jump out of their body? Or do you think somebody gets shot and maybe a cup of blood? Maybe somebody gets shot and it's maybe a liter of blood. But it's everywhere, not in one concentrated spot. You understand what I'm saying? Now, video has just recently been released. And I'm going to tell you why this video has been released. 9 times out of 10, they're allowing this video to be released, or this video is being released because they tired of niggas talking about that he wasn't him in the car. So now that there's proof that that was him in the car, I want to know what's the next thing people was going to say. They showed him pull him out the car. They lay him down. They start trying to give him chest compressions. Or they're clogging one of the wounds. I'm not 100% sure because the camera was so far away. But they could have been putting pressure on the wound to prevent him from bleeding out. In that case, he would have bled out internally. Had another idiot that was in the comment section saying, why didn't they call the ambulance? What the hell do you mean? No, they said, why didn't they take him to the hospital? How are they going to take him to the hospital? This dude is dying right now. Now. He's dying now. He's dying now. How are we going to take him to the hospital? Hospital got to come to him. You do know that's why they got EMSs, right? Because sometimes the hospital has to come to you because you cannot go to the hospital. Emmanuel says, my cousin was shot on the back in the car and there was no blood in the car, but he was bleeding really bad. It was on his clothes. Thank you, Emmanuel. This is all I'm saying. Y'all guys watch movies and depict life like movies. So I just want to point something out. There's people that don't only add this type of bullshit or these depictions to situations like that, like this that we're talking about. They also use movie physics and movie, reality to live their everyday life. So you'll be beefing with it, or a nigga will be beefing with you, and in their brain, you did something to them. You never did nothing to this nigga. You might not even know who he is, who he or she is. You might not even know who they are. You might have never met them. You might have never had a conversation. To them, you've had a million conversations. But you have never probably met them. You have probably never had a conversation with them. They probably have no idea. You have no idea who they are. But they have a whole war going on with you inside of their brain. So what I want to know is, how do people feel about the fact that we literally saw them lifting the body out of the car now? And I'm not talking to the idiots that's saying, why didn't they take him to the hospital? You came in typing all caps, homie. I consider anyone coming in here typing all caps, they don't want to be here. Every day I tell people to stop typing all caps. Every day. Anybody else in here could record me every single day saying, please stop typing all caps. This is the thing I complain about every day. The fact that you're doing it shows me that it kind of tells me that you don't want to be here. Nobody's approaching Cameron and talking about Cameron did anything to Mitch. Are you crazy? Honestly, they could have saved FBG Duck. FBG Duck in this situation are two different situations as far as we know. And as far as we know, these are two different situations. But yes, from what we hear, they could have did something to help preserve FBG Duck's life. Whether it would have been successful or not, we don't know. That's another thing. I want y'all to understand this. Just because they would have did everything that they could have did to save his life, or we do not even know if they didn't. Just so we can be clear. They could have did everything that they could have did to save his life, just so we could be clear. But even though, like, we don't know. Like, people are just assuming. I'm talking about Cameron, not FBG Duck. They let that nigga die. But we don't know if they let Cameron die in this. I mean, Cameron. Fuck you. Not Cameron. The dude that said Cameron name. Not fuck you either. You just messed me up for a minute. We don't even know if they could have did more to save Alpo. We don't know. Dude, how are they gonna get who they could have took to the hospital that was 3 minutes away? Cameron or FBG Duck? Anybody know how many times FBG Duck was shot? We got 88 people in here with 28 likes, man. We can't hit the like button? We got 95 people in here and only 28 likes. If y'all would have been hitting the like button, we could have been up to 200 people already, man. Could y'all please hit the like button? I said, I did all that talking. One person hit the button. Shout out to you guys. We had 95 people with 28 likes. If we would, y'all would have been hitting the button, we could have already had like 150, 200 people in here. Please hit the button. Some weird shit happened yesterday. So I was talking to somebody about some chick, and like I was talking to them like on the phone or whatever, and I was like, yeah, and they was telling me about Shorty, and they was like, yo, Shorty mad interesting, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she mad cool and all of this, and we was talking. I was like, nah, she a cutie though. I fucks with her. You understand what I'm saying? She like an industry chick or whatever the case is. And then right while we're talking about her, some shit popped up on my phone on IG talking about you're gonna meet the woman. They're manifesting. I was like, and I don't be knowing what to think about this shit. Also, the person sends me emails to let me know when they're working all the time, and I barely ever go because, like I said, we lack resources over here. We had resources over here. We be doing so much shit. I get invited to everything, man. I get invited to everything. I just don't have resources, so we don't go. I get invited to everything. Jennifer Lopez says Wesley Snipes violated her during a sex scene. That's crazy. What up, Kingslayer? That's crazy. Said Jennifer Lopez said Wesley Snipes violated her during the sex scene. It's crazy. I'm not saying she's lying, by the way. I'm just saying that's wild. Like, what the fuck? I'm pretty sure a lot of women get involved in sex scenes and things happen and they're uncomfortable. Just gonna keep it a stack. I'm pretty sure that happens. It probably happens with men too. Because people kind of have like this weird assumption that if you're a man, you're down to have sex with anything, like you have no standards. And I don't understand that. I mean, I'm not going to act like every shorty I've ever slept with was 100% dom, but you got to have standards. You gotta have standards. I'm pretty sure that there's love scenes that some dudes did, and they was like, you know, I really love my wife. Just don't feel too comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I just read the thing that said violated. I didn't read the whole story yet, so I don't know. I'm just assuming that he was just probably a little more friendly than she would have preferred he be. That's it. That's what I'm assuming. He was a little bit too more touchy-feely than, you know. Which is, I mean, usually chicks make the first move on me. Not usually. Sometimes chicks make the first move on me, so... Shout out to the Gray Beard Clique. That's a fact. Like, I don't never talk about stories, and I always lead with the, I'm not seeing nobody and I never get pussy. That's not necessarily the truth. I'm just really that dude that if I had sex with you, I'm not telling the whole world. I'm laughing at this shit. What up, Lisa Rada? Because I talk about so much other shit, but that's like something that I just really don't talk about. You understand what I'm saying? So you'll be surprised, man. Oh, man, you'd be surprised. Yeah, so yeah, apparently chicks actually think I'm sexy and attractive, apparently. No, it makes sense to bring it up now. What are you talking about? How does it not make any sense to bring it up now? If somebody gets molested or raped and too many years pass, they got to just live with it. They can't never bring it up. We're not doing that, homie. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what she said violating is. I just read a title. Hold on. Let me see if there's a link to a thing real quick. I'll see if there's an article on it real quick. I don't know. Other than that, I don't know what to tell you. There's a YouTube content creator that made a thing about it. Oh, what? Yeah, this happened 5 days ago. She talked about this. It says Jennifer Lopez is a popular celebrity who's open-hearted about every pros and cons of being a star. She does not hesitate to air her opinions about how she feels on set, particularly as a movie star. Since she decided to pursue a career in acting, she has been featured in a series of blockbuster movies. And each of her roles in those movies, she's been transparent with her team and the rest of the production set. I'm going to tell you a thing in a minute. Jennifer Lopez is not afraid. Well, no, are they going to say what the fuck happened? They're not saying what happened. Nobody has time for this. They're just saying that she, no, we're not doing that. Okay, here go a different one. Hold on. Jennifer Lopez just dropped a bomb on legendary actor Wesley Snipes, suspecting that he was inappropriate during their love scenes in the movie Money Train. Wesley Snipes, Jennifer didn't specifically mention Wesley's names, but given that it was the only graphic love scene that she's ever done in her career, it's pretty clear she's talking about him. In a recent interview, J-Lo claimed that her leading man pressured her into an inappropriate love scene. He was a big star at the time, was a lot of clout, and I was just starting out. She said, it was my big break, and he really pressured me. He told me if the scene wasn't hot enough, my part would end up on the cutting room floor, and that would be bad for my career. Like, I get a reputation that's difficult to work with. Boom. That happens to a lot of women, by the way. She said she felt uncomfortable, so she did it, and it was horrible. We were both completely naked with nothing between us except for a sock on his boner. I was so naive then. Now I have pillows and covers and whatever to prevent contact, but I didn't know any better, she added. So here's this famous actor basically humping my leg and pawing away at my breast and kissing him. It was awful. I felt violated. I swore never to work with him again. He not only done too well lately anyway, so maybe that's karma. First of all, that happened to a lot of actors, a lot of actors and actresses, just in general. If what she's saying is correct, if she's saying if what she's saying is correct, you know, Wesley Snipes is a whole douchebag for that. But I also want to say this: what people forget is J-Lo had and I don't know how true this is. But J-Lo allegedly had a career of sleeping her way to the top. Allegedly. No, I know J-Lo isn't a dude for a fact because I know people that grew up with her. How about that? What up, Prince to Amir? Salute. This is good morning to everyone. We about to dead this live. We're gonna come back at about 10 o'clock. But just so y'all know, I know people. J Lo grew up in the Bronx. I know people that personally know J Lo. No, she is 100%. She's a woman. What the fuck is wrong with you people? She's 100% a woman. She's all woman. I know people that she's all woman. What the hell? The one thing I can say is the fact that she never had a kid, I think is actually bad for her career, not good. If I start dating somebody, one of the first things when I start dating somebody, just put the Cash App in the chat, Malik Garcia. You scroll up, you can see Prince Suamir just put it in the chat. I think her not. If I find the chick, if I get with somebody and I get into, if I find a good woman and we get into a reasonable relationship, I'm gonna try to put as many kids in her as possible. I ain't gonna lie to you. If I find a woman that we get down and we cool, even though we not in a relationship like that, and she a good woman, I'm too old to be too picky and choosy, homie. She has 2 kids. Okay, I didn't even know she had 2 kids. Yeah, she does have a son. I know about the son. She does have 2 kids. She got a son that don't nobody know nothing about. Was he in like one movie or some shit? She do got kids. She got 1 son. I didn't know she had 2 kids though. Thank you. Who said that? Thank you to Kim's reaction. Appreciate you. Dwayne The Rock Johnson vows to never use real guns on set of all projects produced by his company. Says effects will be covered in post-production and they won't worry about the cost. Shout out to James. Shout out to this guy. That's the perfect thing to say. She did have kids with Mark Anthony, right? Wait, no, then she got more than 2 kids then. She got a son somewhere. I thought she had like an older son. How many kids do J-Lo got? No, what you right. Why do I keep thinking J-Lo don't got no kids? She got okay, she got the 2 with Mark Anthony. I thought she had 3. So that's somebody else's kid. I'm thinking that's hers. So that's somebody else's kid. I think that's hers. She have 2 kids with them. I think J-Lo might just be trying to, you got to understand, sometimes to get your name back in the press, you just got to bring up some bullshit that happened to you. So she might be, this might have nothing to do with Wesley Snipes, man. E says there was a person that was at the party. She said everything was caught on camera. They know the shooter. I mean, well, he probably plans on getting paid for that, like $10,000 hit, right? Maybe. Black sheep of the family usually turns into the goat. I'm going to tell you what's wild, though. When you're about to really level up and good things is about to really start happening to you, God makes sure that everybody in your life that don't mean you no good get exposed. When you really about to get to when you really about to get to whatever it is that you're trying to get to in life, and God says, I'm gonna allow for you to make it, and I'm clearing your path. Clearing your path sometimes mean clearing your path 100% means removing all of the things that you don't need in your life. Some of those are gonna be people. What up, Micah Records? What up, Power Talk? Nah, these is facts. That's why every time some bullshit happens and a person leaves out of my life, like that shit hurt. But at the same time, I realized this got to be God's doing, because I didn't do anything to that person for that person to be reacting to me in that way. Like, I didn't do anything to create this situation. This situation was created outside of my person. Kim's reaction said, that'd be the honest truth. What I'm dealing with now, God is removing all the people that don't mean me any good. First of all, I'm going to say this right now. If you got anybody around you that always want to point out your faults, talk negative, and never want you to forget when you make mistakes, get rid of them people immediately. Those people are making sure that you keep cultivating negative energy inside of your sphere. Get rid of those people immediately. Those people are terrible people. Vic IFM says, good morning. What up, Vic? What up, Lisa Rada? We're about to leave and come back with another live at about 10 o'clock Eastern time. We're going to come back with another live around like 10 o'clock Eastern time. I don't know how I'm looking healthier. Maybe the lights is better, but I haven't never been doing anything. Y'all just believe in people when they say that I'm using drugs. I haven't been doing anything. I really haven't been doing anything, man. I haven't been doing anything. So I don't know what the you looking healthier mean. I'm assuming that you're trying to provoke me. Problematic. We're going to see if he's trying to provoke me with the next comment. If he's like, no, man, but I'm saying, and he's going to make like 8, 9 comments trying to stay on the same point. Problematic says, is it ever warranted to call people out who do you wrong? I personally just, I'm on the new thing where I just want to remove you from my life. I don't want to beef. I don't want to make up. I don't want to figure out how we're going to make it work. I don't want an explanation. I don't want nothing. When you did the thing, you knew what you was doing. I don't want nothing. I'm fine. I don't want an explanation. I don't want nothing. I don't want to make up. I don't want nothing. I don't want to understand. I don't want nothing. Don't want revenge. Nothing. I don't want nothing. When people like that, I think about people like that, all I think about is how I'm going to avoid them. Just keeping it a stat. I don't know about no rumor, Vic. Problematic says, I'm going to do how you handle things with people who do you wrong from that. My dude, do you understand that I just block people? You think I just started blocking people on the internet? I've been blocking people my whole fucking life, nigga. I've been blocking people my whole life. For real, for real. I think I just started hitting niggas with the block button because I got YouTube? No, nigga. I had a brother I lived with and ain't talked to for 3 years. We lived in the same fucking house. It was like 2 years. We lived in the same house for like 2 years. I didn't speak one word to him, ever, for no reason. Believe me when I tell you, when I'm done with you, I'm done with you. I don't understand what you're trying to say, Prince to Amir. Please explain. We're going to get up out of here. I got to go. I'm going to be right back. Y'all going to give me a little while. I got to go do a thing. Oh, at people saying that I'm on drugs? My dude, I don't understand this. Look, man, I don't know what to say, man. At this point, if you don't believe that these people want harm for me, that's out here talking crazy about me, and you really think that they want better for me, at this point, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. I used to work work with people who have mental health issues and drug problems. So I'm literally telling you that these people got mental health issues. If you're just going to agree and go with people that got mental health issues, there's nothing I can do about that. That's a you thing. Anyway, I'm getting up out of here. We're going to be back. Give us about 10 o'clock. Maybe before 10 o'clock. Give us about 30 minutes. I need to go run and do a thing. And then we're going to come back with the actual morning coffee. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification game. Also, we hit the like on the way out. Like, we've had like 200 people in the room and we only got 54 likes. Like, I don't understand this. I'm just going to dub this one. I'm out. Could we hit the like button on the way? I mean, fuck it. I know y'all not.